Hello and welcome to my creative year. Our group's theme for this week is emotion, and what I would like to have a look at is how we can get emotion into our artwork, because it's important, because it's part of the connection that we have with the viewer of the art. So I'm going to do a little exercise with you to show you how I do that, and I'm also going to overview certain parts of art where we can instill emotion into that work. So let's have a look at the example that I've got for us to have a go, the little drawings that we're going to have a go at. Here's an exercise that we're going to have a go at to look at how we can put emotion in a facial expression. First of all, I need a pencil. We've got two circles. Well, they're not circles, they're like egg shaped, really. First of all, I'm going to do a face that is upset and angry and mad and the negative kind of things. So, what we want to look at is a centre point there. And what happens with a human face when we're angry, it all tends to lean in. That's an eyebrow. That's another eyebrow. As I squint a bit and go in like that. Now obviously I'm doing a cartoon, but these can be translated over to normal drawing. You do it in a much more subtle way, but I'm just showing you how you can create. Got quite a big nose there, and notice how everything's all going in like that, and it's all to roughly a point there. So that's how you do somebody who's mad. So okay then, how do you do somebody who's happy and jolly and full of the beans of life, or whatever you want to call it? Well, it's the opposite. It's the exact opposite. You pull things away, widen the face out. So eyebrows, unlike that, they're not going in. They're going out and away from the centre. The eyes, generally with people who've got a smiley face, they're quite broad and wide. And again, they go out. And I tend to do a nose, again, it's going away from that centre point. Like that. And again, the clincher of somebody who's happy is a smiling face. Again, it's a cartoon, this, but you can take the points from these. I better spell happy wrong. So that really is how to get emotion in a face. The two real basic faces, and most other facial expressions, which I'll show you in a bit, variations on these two facial expressions really. So that's the little exercise I want you to practice and have a go at. But once you're confident with these kind of shapes, you can apply them to an actual painting or drawing. which is not a cartoon. It's a more realistic face. Let's look at some other examples. In this one, we have an individual face that looks like they're captivated, or it feels inspirational. The main feature of that is that the face is looking upwards. When somebody is shocked, the face tends to look like it's been extended, and you tend to have a wide open mouth and wide open eyes. Notice how in this particular set of pictures the facial features are in the lower part of the head. This helps to show a person being humble or potentially being sad and upset and down. Stepping away from the facial expression, a person's posture and the way they stand or the way they move can tell you a little bit of the emotion of the picture. For example, this one, you could see this in context as being somebody striding out confidently, maybe walking on a catwalk, they're very confident, and that's the emotion that's expressed there. But you could also see in context with the rest of the painting that this could be somebody who's been very apprehensive, maybe walking down into a dark area, a bit scared, who knows. So your body posture can tell you a lot of emotion. A person could be drawn like a soldier running into battle or something like that. That gives a lot of emotion. So your body and the shape of it also is an important factor, plus the context around it. Moving on to other things apart from human faces and bodies, one thing that we can do is produce artwork that instills emotion in us, the what I call the fluffy factor. That isn't that cute? With this painting, I've had quite a few people say exactly that. And if you pick the right kinds of things, you're gonna instill emotion in people. Nice fluffy animals and things like that instill happy things, don't they? Whereas other animals such as spiders and snakes and all the other kinds of things, they can instill the opposite, a fear and yeah, it's worms with my wife. But yeah, the fluffy factor can instill emotion. So it's more about the subject and how people see that subject in that context. We can also convey emotion in the atmosphere in paintings that are landscape and don't really have any human side to them. By creating, for example, this cloud round this, it gives it that slightly overcast. It it's okay, but it's not particularly as warm as you'd like it to be, and you can really go over the top with that and make it really atmospheric and make the person who's viewing it feel as though, oh, this is cold. Or you could make it very yellow and orange and red in the background and everything all bright, and that will make them think, well, it must be a warm day, warm emotion, jolly days at the beach and all that kind of stuff. So the way that you create an atmosphere around your art like this is also a way of producing emotion. Well, how about things like this abstract art, which has no narrative at all? Does this have emotion? I would say that probably these types of paintings have more emotion than any other type of drawing, because this is actually the artist's emotion, the brush strokes, the effort, the colours that they're putting in. They express the inner feelings of the actual artist themselves, and hopefully that projects over to the person who's viewing that. It, the art itself is obviously abstract and has no narrative, but it still conveys emotion, and that's what we want. So that's been looking at emotion in various different examples. We've looked at the little drawing section, that exercise, which you should have a go at, keep having a go at that, and it will help that. We've looked at how emotion can be done in context with different other types of art. And one other thing I want to just briefly talk about is how art can affect us and our emotions. You know, if you've had a busy, long day, maybe you've been out at work, maybe you've had a lot of things to do with your life and things are getting you, there's no better than doing a little bit of art. Sitting yourself down, calming yourself, and creating a bit of art. So ultimately, the best way of having some nice emotions is doing some drawing and painting. You'll love it. And I encourage you to continue to do that. And our group at My Creative Year will constantly keep helping you to do that. So thank you for watching our video today, and thanks for contributing to the group also. So we'll see you again for some more art. Bye.